Another book that I really get a lot out of and come back to frequently is this one. It's called Jesus Freaks by dcTalk. The subtitle is Revolutionaries. It's actually an adaptation of Fox's book of Martyrs. And it's just story after story after story of martyrs, people who have given their lives or been persecuted in really horrific ways for their faith and stayed faithful. In the midst of it, it also has some scriptures. For this one, Proverbs 14, verses 26 to 27. In the fear of the Lord there is strong confidence, and his children will have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to turn one away from the snares of death. And it walks you through this book. You just see case after case after case. It's really humbling to me. One of the reasons I come back to it is when I read these stories, I start realizing that some of the things that I'm really upset about, some of the things that I feel like I'm suffering about, some of the things that I feel like God has maybe forgotten me or a bunch of people that I love, I realize there's been a lot worse happen to a lot better people than me for years and years and years, and they were staying faithful. So I started asking better questions. I started asking questions like, so what am I supposed to do anyway? What is God trying to do in this situation? What is some ways that I can use this situation for good? What are ways that God is going to use this situation for good? I'm telling you, anybody who's ever been tortured or killed or imprisoned or made fun of or anything else for their faith, it's genuine suffering. I am not in any way trying to minimize anything that you are going through, anything that I'm going through, anything that anybody has ever gone through. It hurts. It absolutely hurts. You look through all the stories in the Bible and you see even all of our heroes in the story, they suffered and it had to hurt. It's a mistake to skip over all of that, of how badly it actually hurts. But the real question, rather than why, needs to always be, so what do we do anyway? What do we do instead? What do we do in spite? What do we do because? What do we do through? Because God is always in control, even when it doesn't seem like it. And someday we're going to be able to look back and see that a little clearer. I'd like you to join me in asking some of those questions today.